Right, because in 98, you guys put out another album through Lil Joe Records, The Real One.
Right.
And that was the final Two Live Crew album to ever come out.
Yep. Final Two Live Crew album. Me and Mr. Mix did a mixtape, but Weinberger ended up suing me for that. Yep.
You actually have a quote. You said, "I hate and regret that I met Weinberger. At first, everything's cool with him, but when things don't go his way, he can get nasty with you."
Yeah, well, you know, to me, Weinberger has the emotions and the whole makeup of a woman. You know, they're into that kind of lifestyle, and he's the bottom type guy. So it ain't, you know, you never know how he's coming. One day he might try to be a man, a real man, and the next day he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to balance that. You know, I deal with real guys and, you know, real shit. I didn't know how to balance that. I lost interest in the whole Luke shit basically after the Move Something album. Luke was a very, very nasty guy. He was a very, very nasty guy, and he didn't make no bones about it. You know, here they come. They must be hungry. They must want some money. You know, just all kind of shit just behind our back and just basically in our face. So I was really not fucking with Luke. That was Mr. Mix's thing. I was more loyal to Mr. Mix than Luke. I don't remember asking Luke for, you know, I never hardly asked Luke for anything unless it was royalty time and they would come and make me go ask Luke for some money because it was royalty time. And then Luke would be like, well, since Mark is man enough to come ask me for the money, I'm going to give him more money than I'm giving y'all. And that would make them look at me crazy. And Luke was always, the only time that me and Luke ever had a conversation, it was when fuckery was involved. It's when I'm going to give you a couple of $1 million. Fuck Mr. Mix and Chinaman off and come over here with me. But I wasn't doing that. I wasn't turning for no money. I wasn't even thinking about Luke. He wasn't even on my radar. I didn't even have to ask him for nothing. I didn't fucking need him. So by the time all of this shit came around and all of those feelings and everything, you know, kind of dissolved and you can kind of see the light. It's like those 5 or 7 years, I'm fucked by not fucking with him. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes me feel like, you know, I should have screwed everybody in the group and got with him and done that and it would have been okay, but I didn't do it. And I'm calling myself a stand-up guy and boom, 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 boom. And now everybody in the group is trying to fuck me around, including Mr. Mix and Chinaman. So, you know, it is what it is, man. My loyalty turned into stupidity. And I thought that I was being smart at that time, which I was being stupid. But it all comes from, you know, I come from a single mother. I had no male figures in my life, and this shit was new and it blew up so fucking fast. I'm down there in Miami. It's a culture shock. That shit happened so fucking fast, man. It happened so fucking fast. And by the time it got started and by the time it ended, it was done. It was fucking done.
Well, after that last Two Live Crew album, over the years, you and Chinaman actually worked things out. You guys started to tour together. And then by 2010, there was a 2010 VH1 Hip-Hop Honors.
Oh, my God.
And everyone actually reunited, you know, where you guys were actually honored.
That turned out to be a disaster.
Really?
Fuck yeah. That turned out to be a disaster. You know, we had to retape that like 3 times. It's like every time we taped live, someone pulled the plug. But when Luke went on, his whole little event went smoothly. But when me and Chinaman got on, they pulled the plug. We actually had to tape that like 3 or 4 times. So I just walked right out of the building and went to the room. Yep.
Well, and then in 2017, Fresh Kid Ice, a.k.a. Chinaman, ended up dying.
Right.
Were you in contact with him up to that point?
Yep.
Well, what did he die from exactly?
Died from complications. I think he had renal failure. I think his organs just shut down. Basically died from hurt and a lot of pain. He just couldn't take it no more, man. He was actually fighting Weinberger trying to get that shit back. And some would say that while he was in the hospital, you know, sedated off of medication and whatever, that that Weinberger slipped some kind of paperwork in on him. But that was his whole thing. Me, basically, I knew he was going to die. I thought that he was going to die years before he actually did. So I told him, I said, man, the only thing that's going to save you, man, is to get out in front of the fans. You need to work, because if you keep sitting around here and we might not have you. So let's go to work up under all of these circumstances with Mr. Weinberger and how he tries to handle everything. And let's just go to work to keep you going. And that's what I called myself trying to do for him. But in the midst of that, I'm steady getting, he steady trying to fuck me off too. But I am so glad that I allowed myself to try to help this man and to be there with this man in his last days, and to always tell him that I loved him in spite of how he might have treated me or the things that he might have said to me. I was always trying to play the bigger person, as well as with him and Luke,
Well, he was 53 years old
Right.
when he died.
Right.
And one of the things that really shook me up is that you said that he died broke.
Yes, he did. And one of the things that shook me up is Mr. Weinberger and his associates, the people that his employees, they would say, here at Little Joe Records, our idea for Two Live Crew is to live broken, to die with nothing. And I really kind of wanted to get out of character and kind of, wanted to do something, all kind of violent thoughts come in your head. This guy's talking to you like that, and he's a woman, basically. He's everything but a cross-dresser, and he's talking to me like that, and, because he can do it. But it just was so crazy to me, because I couldn't trust Chinaman either, and I'm trying to save his life, and Mr. Weinberger is basically shitting on both of us. And it came to a point before then when Luke sold the shit that we didn't have any choice but to go with Weinberger, because we were trying to follow the music, and we were trying to follow the music, and we were trying to build a legacy off of all of that we had already built, and Luke would blackball us on the black side of the business, and Weinberger would do the same on the white side of the business. So Two Live Crew, yeah, we got pimped, we got screwed, we were just pawns. We were just basically pawns, and I'm just here to say that. I mean, and I look at myself sometimes, it's like, how can I be so fucking smart at being so damn stupid, dealing with these people and staying in that situation for so long, knowing that it wasn't healthy. But if I would have cut Chinaman off, I think he would have died a long time ago. Basically, and I could have been shitty and been like, fuck you, just go somewhere and die, because I found him. He was sleeping in the van. Chinaman was sleeping in the van with a bad arm, on medication, not healthy at all. So I'm like, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you up here to Weinberg. I want you to get you some money. And for damn near a couple of weeks straight, he was crying, he wants to do an album. I'm like, I'm not fucking with you with an album. Just go up here and get some money from him, and use your disability and, make him sympathetic to your issue, get you some money, and fuck him. I'm not doing an album. So anyway, Chinaman was doing bad, crying and all of that. So I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll sign on with you to do an album. And I'm like, I know you're going to fuck me around. This is your MO. This is what you do. So I helped him get some money to get himself off of the street with Weinberger. And he got over there back in cahoots with Weinberger and fucked me around again. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. To me, those are not good people, Weinberger and his whole thing that he has going on with people, it's like it's like he wants to keep everybody miserable. He gets off on that. He gets off on that kind of shit, and I'm not bashing his lifestyle, he's gay and, all of that old kind of shit, but to be involved sexually with another black man and threaten to put this black man threatened to out him from up under the rainbow, and this guy goes and gets sick and almost die, and you don't give a fuck.
Wait,
to sit back and laugh at it.
Hold on 1 sec. So are you telling me that Fresh Get Ice was gay also?
Oh no. Fresh Get Ice wasn't gay.
Okay.
Fresh Get Ice wasn't gay. But
who's this black man that you're talking about? Let me clear this up. So which black man is getting outed?
It's a guy that Mr. Weinberger and them, they're I caught him in a couple of compromising positions to where I'm like, okay, you guys are in on some fag shit. But I don't mean to say fag, but just hanging out with those homosexual people, they call each other fags. So, they get mad if you call them a fag, but they call each other fags. And I'm like, well, aren't you gay as well? But yeah, Weinberger messes around with a black guy and he's bisexual. And if the black guy kind of threatens Weinberger or stands up to him, well, I'll tell everybody you're gay. And, Weinberger tell everybody man gay, the man go in the hospital and damn near have a fucking heart attack. And he gets off on that kind of shit. They get off on it. Luke gets off on making people's lives miserable as well. Loved it. And I don't mean to bash Luke or anything like that. Thought he was a great businessman. He was a great marketer at that time right there. But we just was in Florida fucking with Luke to get used, basically. Just used the shit out of us. And all he had to do on any interview or whatever is to say, yeah, I told the guys I loved them and we were brothers and I fucked them once I got him under contract. But basically, my gripe is I'm coming out after 35 years. You can say that I'm snitching or not or whatever, but I'm coming up after 35 years. That last thing that we did in Miami when they were supposed to have a little piece of honoring Chinaman, I think it was for BET or whatever. I'm upset because Luke didn't handle that with class. Everybody was tricked to go over there to help him honor Chinaman, as well as, Weinberger got the money from BET or whatever to license the song Me So Horny. But we all was supposed to go over there. But I didn't have a problem with Flo Rida and those guys, doing Chinaman's parts because Flo Rida is real close to Chinaman. But at the same fucking time, you're supposed to be honoring this man, right? So Mr. Mix comes and another associate of Little Joe's. So Luke and all of his people jump on Mr. Mix, take the microphone from Mr. Mix, live feed on TV, supposed to be honoring Chinaman, and still took that whole situation and made it all about himself. So I'm upset at that. Even though you did get on YouTube and you cried and all of that and all of that, yeah, that was fine and dandy. But when it came down to honoring Chinaman for some publicity, you turned that whole shit into a shit show and you took that and made it about yourself. That ain't cool. You've been lying for 30-something fucking years. This is not your music. You did not write all of the songs. You did not go to the Supreme Court by yourself. So I'll let you say that for a long fucking time. I'll let you have that because I don't even fuck with you, but bruh, you're going to have to put some respect on my dude's name. He didn't fucking die. He didn't die for nothing, even though he died with nothing. And you still over there trying to make a shit show off of this man's death by dishonoring him. And when they gave you a whole platform to honor him and you didn't. So I'm upset about that. I'm definitely upset about that. Chinaman crossed us to be with you and he died and you still fucking him over. You know what I'm saying? So that shit right there got to stop, bruh. I know all kind of shit about you. You shot at me, you pulled the gun on me, you beat women, a woman beat your ass, They've been told me a long time ago, yeah, Luke gonna fuck you, but stay with him, he gonna make you famous. So he was never shit to be. He was never really, my mama worked for Luke. Luke fired my mama. He was always an asshole. Luke was always a fucking asshole. Here they come, they begging, I'ma cross him, I'ma brainwash him. So always bragging, I put the roots on them. So if you West Indian or Bahamian, you know what that is. You take your picture to the botanical and they, blow some vodka on you with some chicken blood and shit and supposed to freeze your life. He was into that kind of fuck shit. So I don't know if he had them kind of like satanic rituals going on back then or whatever, but he used to always say that.
Well,
yeah, and it does make me look stupid for allowing myself to go through the whole thing by trying to keep Two Live Crew's legacy going by following our music over there to Mr. Weinberger. And Luke would tell everybody that, okay, we were too black, too strong until the bankruptcy came. They sided with the cracker. That's Luke's words for the white man, cracker. Yeah, we sided with the cracker, but you sold the shit to him, and then you're going to turn around and tell everybody in the black side of the business that we helped the white man take your shit and then run over there with you. You wanted to get rid of us way before Little Joe came into the fucking picture. You was offering me money to break up the group. And then when I wouldn't do it, you, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. I'd come in to get money. You get on your loudspeaker in your office and just fuck me around in front of your employees and just everybody. So our whole thing with you was to get them down here, to befriend them and to love them and to fuck them. So basically that's it.